Some strange sounds are described by listeners like trumpets or horns, almost musical in quality.
All right, welcome back to Conversation Unknown. This is episode, what is it, 21 now?
21.
We had a little hiatus, but we are recording this on May the 4th, so may the 4th be with you when you do see this, even though it'll be past. But hey man, we fucking love Star Wars, dude.
Nerd.
You know?
Yeah, Star Wars is legit.
I broke out the
dude.
lightsabers earlier today and shit.
Dude, lightsabers, dude.
Man,
You got guns. I'll take a lightsaber any day. Just deflecting the bullets and shit.
If a lightsaber was like actually in Star Wars, I would have like 100 of them.
Yes.
But
yes.
yeah, I mean, well, like we said, welcome back. We're really excited to do this. We got a whole long lineup of videos that we're going to go through. We've had some good pre-game talks. We kind of covered a lot of things, but you know, I mean, you guys got anything to add, or you want to jump in this bitch?
Be on the lookout for the next episode. We're gonna start diving into our guest list. We got some pretty cool guests lined up. We think you guys are gonna love it.
Yep.
We also have gotten some studio upgrades. We got one of them up and running, and there's a peep. Bam!
We got a neon sign.
We're
doing it.
Well, it's fucking official. Yeah. So
Fucking sick.
Anyway,
It is sick, actually.
bam.
The green cups very
And it
nice.
matches the lasers too.
Yeah,
Very well.
looks really good over there.
So, that's pretty much all I got. We hope you guys enjoyed the 100 sub episode with all of our personal stories and content.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
That was a vulnerable situation for me,
Dude,
man.
yeah.
Pouring out my shit.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for other comments to be like, dude's fucking crazy.
We're all just a little bit crazy in our own ways, but so incredibly different, but so motherfucking the same.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do have one thing. Smart Water, if you are watching, every episode, I have one of these. Put me in the plug. I want to be in that commercial when Zendaya. I want to be standing next to Spider-Man's girlfriend, cracking open one of these, Tennessee side sipping.
Every time I
Put me
bite
on a
into a
t-shirt. Come
Klondike
on,
bar,
man.
I feel like I'm on top of a mountain.
It's crisp. It's refreshing. It keeps me hydrated. It makes my mind work better.
That's right.
It truly is the smartest of waters.
You got to be firing on all cylinders when you show up. So
I don't know
that's
where
great.
my focus would be if I didn't have my bubbler with all the antioxidants you can need for your day to start out fresh and clean and clear.
This
Yeah,
podcast.
antioxidant sparkling water bubbler.
And I love my Vaporesso vape cigarette. It's amazing. E-cigarette. For all your vaping needs. This is the last time I'm actually going
I'll
to be
puff to
using
that.
it. Yes. Well, to be fair, I'm out of juice. I'm not buying anymore. I'm done. I'm walking.
The lies of an addict.
Walking, dude.
That's like somebody with a gambling habit.
Right?
Yeah.
This is my last time. I swear. I swear. That's the last time I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it one more time. I'm going to go out with a bang.
Last
and
20.
then that's it.
Last 20. She's coming. I put all that money in and she's about to hit. That
about to
major
hit.
is coming.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
the one.
I'm due.
This is the one.
Okay, one more. This time.
Ironically,
I'm out of
I know
20s.
somebody that said
Is there an
the same
ATM around
things. He may be in or around this area, right?
All right, fellas, let's break this shit out.
Yep.
Let me see what we got here.
You're kicking it off, bro.
We are going to kick this episode off with a bang, literally. This has nothing to do with nothing. If you're a guy, fucking cool shit. If you're a girl, maybe.
Probably still
right.
cool shit.
All right, let's roll.
All right.
Chambers.
A
we
tiny house, 50 kilos of dynamite, and boom, you've got an epic shot for your video.
Did you say 50 kilos?
What? Fucking cool, right?
I would love to do that every weekend.
You know, I never really liked tiny houses, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're just too small for me. I'm like 6'4", 6'5".
So if any one of you out there have a tiny house you don't like,
We'll do it. We'll film it. We'll put it on the
yeah,
channel.
let us know. Field trip. All right. So next we got okay. So you guys remember a couple episodes back, me and Borat, he would talk about, always Kazakhstan, it's all run down, and then the city of Ashtan in Kazakhstan, we took a peek at that, where the 200 fallen angels drop, and they got the pyramid with the seats, all that jazz.
Yep.
It's called Turkmenistan. This is
that a real place?
Yeah. Yes, this is close to Kazakhstan. It's right over in that area, and this place is an entire city completely made of marble and all kinds of crazy stuff. Nobody really knows about it or hears about it, and I guess you'd be lucky if you saw one civilian walking around in this place at any point in time of any day. You wouldn't even know that people even lived there. But the lights are on, the city looks beautiful, and it's still up and running. I don't know. Could it be an old Tartarian secret? Possibly. That means we saw fear. Are you guys familiar with Tartary?
Definitely.
How everything got wiped up from the mud flood and whatnot. And this is one that didn't, and they had to keep it. Maybe it's like some satanic stuff. Who knows? But we're gonna go ahead and roll with this, and tell me what you guys think about this.
In the world is going on in Ashgabat, Turkmenistan? I mean, not only do they have all of this craziness going on, but there's also a giant crater that's always on fire. That kind of reminds me of the craters I've talked about in my other videos, if you catch my drift. Whoa. But this isn't the craziest part. No. The craziest part about all this, even though they have things that look like Lucifer's torch and the egg of Ishtar and a giant plunger, the craziest part is this place is completely empty. And when I'm talking empty, I mean empty. You would be lucky to see one person or one car driving around in this insane city that's mostly made of white marble.
Whoa.
The city that has another thing that looks like Lucifer's torch. Just look at this place. Literally the craziest looking city I've ever seen. I mean, if this place doesn't give you major Antichrist vibes, I don't know what does. This is their former president who's wearing a cape and statues with shields of lions on them. You know who's talked about as coming back as a lion, right? I'm not even done yet. There's more. I haven't even talked about these crazy ruins in Ashgabat. These ruins that look like they came from a prior civilization that probably had much better technology than we are led to believe. Technology that I'm willing to guess exists in this city if they're able to offer free gas and electricity.
What?
Could it be that they're able to offer free electricity because their city literally looks like a motherboard computer? That's the city. That's the city, and I'll show you. All you gotta do is back up and you will see that crazy city sitting right in the heart of Turkmenistan. Man, and I thought Astana, Kazakhstan was strange. This place takes the cake though. I don't know what's going on here, but it's not nothing. I'll tell you that much. And just to clarify, all of this was just my opinion. It's just for educational purposes. It's just for entertainment. I'm sure this is a normal, totally fine city with nothing weird going on whatsoever.
I tried looking this up, and from what I could find, it looks like it's a cultural thing. Like the people there think it's a bad thing to be seen in public with nothing to do. Like it brings disrespect to you or something. It was hard to find even that explanation though, so I don't know how accurate that information is. The internet says that place is being constructed at a breakneck pace though, so where are all the construction workers? This place looks like it appeared out of thin air or something.
So, I mean, the whole computer chip looks like a computer chip board. Brings me back and makes me think of the whole simulation theory. That maybe we are the Sims. I don't know. And like, I don't know. I like this. This fascinates the hell out of me, and I can't believe that I never heard about this in history class. It was obviously been suppressed to the entire public our entire lives. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's fucking cool. Really cool. Like, it's like, you know, that I can't even think of the names. Ashtana or whatever, that other one. Yeah, that's crazy. Is this like the only place you can get marble in the world? Because I've seen marble, like not mines, but like the excavation where they have these massive blocks.
Well, didn't Greece have like a lot of marble stuff?
I think it's a regional thing. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard of any marble excavating in our state. You know,
I think the marble coloring is indicative to the region that it comes out of. Like, I think Italians have a lot of white marble as well, mines or whatever. But I mean, I got like 3 questions here. Like, 1, who do we need to contact to see if we can visit? 2, what's the U.S. exchange rate to their currency there?
That's a good question.
And 3, how's the fucking food?
I bet some stuff slaps for sure. I bet some's really good.
Because, like, I gotta be honest. I watched The Walking Dead. I watched a ton of apocalypse movies and I Am Legend. And to walk through a city like that big and beautiful, let alone, you know, the satanic weirdness going on, but to walk down the street and like be by myself or with like you guys or whatever would feel unfucking real. Yeah, like something that looks like it should just be mass bustling at like all times, and then just be like, you could literally walk down the street and not even worry about getting hit by a car.
Be sick. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
like, dude, I tend to be an introvert. I stay inside. I don't get out a ton.
Yeah,
I went to the baseball stadium the other day, and it's too many people. It's a lot of people. It'd be nice. It'd be refreshing.
I've been living like, I don't know, 2-3 blocks from Oktoberfest for the last almost 15-16 years of my life, and I stay the fuck away from there when that shit's going on, because I don't like people bumping into you and shit, but all bunch of like, get the fuck off me, you know. But yeah, so you guys, you know, leave some comments. Chambers had some pretty good questions. See if we can dig around in it. Let's hear about this. Let's figure this out. Let's dive into this. Let's figure out what the hell is going on in Turkmenistan. Okay,
because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've never heard about that place once in my entire education.
Interesting.
Yeah, super interesting.
And your Oktoberfest comment, think about how I fucking feel. Right,
you're like a block
downtown
away.
right there, and all the drunks are walking by and mass chaos. And
all right, so on to the next. So this next one, I know a couple of episodes back during the inauguration, we saw Barron Trump whisper a little something into Biden's ear, and then all of a sudden he had this look on his face like, oh shit. And then he walks on over to his mom, and his mom's like, be nice. And he's like, okay, mom.
Yep.
And then he gives that little look back like, motherfucker. So we kind of like speculated about what he might have said, and I guess this is what he actually said. So here we go.
And he doesn't smile. He's like, eh. But he walks up to him and goes, it's on now.
And then when he goes up to Melania, she says, try to be nice. See? And he says, okay.
I think they tried to put his dad in jail, and he wants to kill that guy. He's like, you. Imagine your dad's getting that close to put in jail for bull for the rest of his life. Like, if he got put in jail for 25 to life, he's dead. He dies in jail.
And then he turns back and looks back at Biden.
He's going to get no food. He's going to be no nutrition, no sunlight, depression, anxiety. You're in jail. He's 80 years old. He's not going to last to 105 in jail.
All right, so it's on now. Oh, yeah. Thoughts?
How do you feel about that, Benny?
Biden. Well, to be fair, you could have said virtually anything to Biden.
Here we fucking go. No, I'm just kidding, man. Go.
No, you could have said anything, and he might have had a perplexed look on his face. But you know, it's just one of those things. I mean, you can't put yourself in Barron Trump's shoes. If anybody was fucking with my dad, I'd be like, better watch your fucking back, you know, kind of. I get it.
Dude, I bet you Barron takes that shit to his grave. Like, he'll never tell, just allow it to be speculation and be like,
oh, dude, he's gonna bring it in. He's the new generation coming up. Dude,
just imagine being asked that question over and over. Though, what'd you say to him? He's like,
yeah. You know, like, I don't know. To me, like, when even that we didn't know what he said at first, but now even knowing too, it's just more like that. But when you look at his face after he says that, I feel like, even though he supposedly has dementia or whatever, but he probably had like all these memories of everything he did, just boom, 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 boom. He's thinking, oh, that's the look. He was just like,
nah, he's probably on a boat right now, just fucking living it up.
Meanwhile, you got the new president's son. That's a fucking giant looking at you.
He is
it's
tall.
On.
He's fucking tall, dude.
You know? I don't know. I just, if it was my dad, any family of mine, I would tell you, it's on, bitch. All right.
On site.
Next we got, okay. Now, you guys remember maybe about a year ago, Miami. There was a mall, and all of a sudden, every single fucking cop car in that place, dude, had that entire place locked down.
There's a lot of cops.
There was like so many. There was a lot of accounts where people said that they were walking in the mall, and there was just like this portal thing that happened, and then apparently these three entities came out and they were like walking through the mall
or something. I forget.
They supposedly look like aliens. So, this is a guy that is there, and he took a live video of it, and so now we finally got some footage of what they actually saw. Yeah, in that mall. So if any of you haven't seen this yet or seen, because we all remember that, right? And what the feds did too, they took everybody's phones. They took everybody's phones. So any footage, but this guy sneaked it out. I don't know how he did it, but he looks pretty nervous even releasing this. But I thought this was cool as hell, because this is actual footage of what happened and what people apparently saw allegedly. So yeah, here we go. All right.
Guys, I don't have much time, so I just wanted to show you a clip of what I saw. These people.
They got the fucking gangster strap.
Yeah.
Like, that Suicide Boys that they're playing in the background.
All right, so damn, like,
I mean,
that was like with everybody else's accounts for reporting what everybody saw, but they had no footage. That's what every single person said they saw. They were like almost like shadows, but not when they walked, and they were tall as fuck, slim and slender as hell, and dark. Like, that's what everybody thoughts, gentlemen.
Dude, I forgot all about this, but I remember it was all over for like a day or two, and then the media cycle just fucking changed. Some other crazy shit happened, and then I forgot about it. But yeah, it was crazy. There was
no footage.
It's a mall. And everybody's got a high-powered camera in their pocket in 2024, 25. Right.
Man, the feds swiped them all. They didn't want nobody seeing what they saw out there. I mean, something obviously happened to have every single squad car in the entire county or whatever lined up and blocking everything off.
It was too many squad cars. Well, let me think about this. So there was it's I don't know what the standard operation for police responding is, but like in our mall, there was a shooting. Somebody with a gun.
I remember that.
Every cop in the county was at the mall for some reason. It just seemed like it can't be the best way to do things. Like there's now everybody else in the county outside of the mall gets a get out of jail free card. It's like it seemed like it was a distraction or something. I don't know, but it's way too many cops. Like, why do you need that many cops? What are you gonna do? Like,
something crazy happened at Chambers.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, something clearly happened, and if it truly is something they've never seen before, they're probably going to want as much firepower as possible.
Yeah.
The thing that always blows my mind with shit like this, though, I mean, the part that, like, always blows my mind with events like this is that who the fuck pulls out their camera in a situation like that? Like, I got to be honest, like, I don't really buckle under weird situations like that. I mean, I've had lethal force pulled on me before.
You know why?
And
because we're gangster.
Right. But I've never once thought about like, yo, I gotta get this shit on film.
Right. Well, when your adrenaline pumps, dude, it's like the last thing on your mind because you're in like fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
But out of that entire mall, you got to think one person
Right.
got it. I mean, there was more, I'm
like,
sure, but dude, like none of them got him out. But somehow that guy sneaked up. I think he pushed his phone.
Yeah, for sure.
He must have, man. You know, it's not that I'm like impervious to somebody doing that. I don't know. It just blows my mind that like in a chaotic event like that, like the first thing people do is like pull out their phones, which is fortunate for people like us.
Well, nowadays it's a little different, man. Some people, it's just like, it don't matter. There could be a nuke going off. They're like, hey, check that out.
Yeah.
This is gonna look great on my fucking Facebook backdrop.
It's almost like, you know, second nature, especially with this new generation. You know, guy getting unalived right there. Look, better record it.
Yeah,
instead of helping him.
World star. World star.
World star.
I'll be honest, man. And I don't really care if the girl that did it sees this, but when that college incident went down and there was a couple of dead students laying there, and
unalived.
Unalived. This chick's recording them while sipping her Starbucks. I mean, that kind of irritated me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's definitely a little bit of respect.
Yeah, one of the major downfalls of technology in this society today. It's pretty. It's sad.
Yeah. It's like it's a double-edged sword. It's nice being able to have all this shit, but like it kind of brings up dark sides. Like I've seen people of like they'll get out of like a car crash that they caused because they were on their phone. The other car's dead, and then they're just like on Instagram, like, oh my god, you'll never believe what just happened.
This society isn't disciplined enough and weren't ready for this kind of technology. You know, it's just the way it is.
Like cloud is currency, and
All right, fellas, moving on. Next we got, I'm going to call this one the luckiest motherfucker alive.
This is a true story. Salak was on a train when it fell into a river. He fought against the raging water and barely escaped. When he reached the riverbank, he realized all 17 other passengers had drowned. A year later, still shaken by the train accident, Salak chose to fly. Moments before landing, the plane's door suddenly burst open. Salak and a flight attendant were sucked out. Miraculously, he landed in a haystack and survived. All 19 others on board died. Determined to avoid planes and trains, Salak took a bus to Dubrovnik, but fate struck again. The bus fell off a bridge into a river. 4 people died. Salak managed to swim to safety. Public transport was too risky, so he started driving. But in 1970, his car engine caught fire. He jumped out just before it exploded, injured but alive. He crawled to safety. Years went by without incident, but in 1995, as he was walking, a bus hit him. He was injured but survived. In 1996, driving on a mountain road, a truck sped toward him. He swerved, broke through a guardrail, and his car plummeted off a cliff. Just before impact, he was thrown from the vehicle and landed in a tree, watching his car explode below. After defying death 7 times in 2003, Salak won $800,000 in the lottery and married for the 5th time.
Whoa, buddy, you deserve that money. Chamber stocks.
Well, I was gonna say definitely the luckiest man alive until he said he got married for the 5th time. But it's like that's absolutely insane, and I'm getting flashbacks about the plane with the door flying off and stuff, because we all know, right? We all know that Chambers took a trip that he was returned back from because of the Canadian government deciding.
Did you hear about that, Benny?
Just the bare minimum, but just that it happened. I don't know.
Yeah, so check this out. Yeah. I'm gonna make this about me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm really sorry.
No,
dude.
it's all good.
Hey, yo, homegirl. I'm talking to you. He's calm. You guys, keep it up, man. I got faith in y'all, man. That's true love right there. I feel y'all.
So I get there. They have to dig 18 years back to find something that doesn't even make sense to decide that I'm denied entry. So they have to send me back to the United States. So they put me on this flight the next morning because they couldn't find one out that night. So I had to wander around the Vancouver airport for fucking try to sleep, but
poor guy.
Weird. So 8:30 the next morning, the flight gets delayed due to mechanical issues.
Oh man!
Then they finally board the plane, and then the engines don't start, so they have to go back to the gate, and they do this. They call it an air start. So there's this thing they wheel up that cranks the engines up, and now the engines are running. Mind you, I'm sitting in the exit row, which is freaking phenomenal on some parts because you get the extra leg room and you're sweet. But it's really ironic that of them sending me back, I just coincidentally got the freaking exit row because everybody usually asks for it, hey, you got an exit seat?
Right.
But somehow I got it, and it was the window seat. And then at this point, I'm so tired and so irritated about the situation. I'm I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't even care. And we're flying back, and I noticed that there's condensation leaking inside the plane from the window of the freaking exit door that I'm sitting next to.
Oh my god.
And I'm motherfuckers are trying to kill me. These dudes are trying to kill me. And here's the kicker. They flew me back to the United States, but they abandoned me in Chicago. They didn't fly me home.
Not to
They flew me to Chicago because that's where I flew out of.
Hey, what did they say to you about it? What did they say to you about it?
They said, once you're in America, you're no longer our problem.
Damn, fucking ruthless, man.
So then I had to find a last minute flight to get back home, which I was able to the same day, which was nice. So
Damn, this is all because this is when the terrorists dropped. So
Canada was pissed.
Yeah, the Canadians, they were like, you Americans, fuck you.
I won't name names, but there's a Chinese American dude that's friends with my mom who tried to go to Canada a week or two after I did. No record whatsoever. They still denied him.
So I've got a related story. So
just don't forget to comment on the video too after that.
So my dad and mom vacation in Canada all the time. They don't go to towns. They take a boat and they charter it into the Northern Great Lakes. But they've been doing this for 20 years. Last time they went, I think they don't fly there. They just drive up, and it's like a 16-hour drive. But my dad ran into an issue at the border because they go back deep.
Yeah.
They pulled up something from 1969 for my dad. I don't know how they got it.
69.
Yeah. And they were they gave him trouble. He eventually got in, but there's
your dad?
Yeah. Back in the day,
Whoa,
he was in college or some shit.
And you're like a really good guy, but like, dang, that guy. Hey, props to your dad, Benny, because he saved my ass one time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into the story, but that's a good man right there.
Absolutely.
So if you're listening, Pops, thanks again. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. So it's just one of those things where I looked into it because I've got, full disclosure, I've got like a DUI on my record because I wanted to go to Canada, and I heard that might disqualify me from being able to go in.
I heard that's a life thing. If you have one your entire life.
They do have a program that you can use to like, if you have a DUI, there's a program. You've got to like disclose everything, and then you've got to pay a little bit of extra money, and then there's some time, but like you basically have to give them a heads up before you get there, I think. And this is based off of something I read 10 years ago, so it may not still be valid, but yeah, it was just one of those weird things.
They ain't even gonna tell you about that shit now. They're like, nope.
Yeah,
dude, that's the weird part, because I've had a friend that went there who got denied for the same reason, but his was more recent. Because I had a DUI when I was like, 21 or 22 or something like that.
You do.
And I told them that right up front. And they're like, we couldn't even find that, and we're not even worried about that. And then like, I mean, this was like a 3-hour like in detention.
Yeah, you were in a
situation.
room, dude. Oh man.
And they finally came back, and when they told me what it was about, I was like, what? There wasn't even a charge from that. Like,
but he was in the system or whatever.
Yeah, they have access to like the whole NCIS database or whatever, and it was crazy.
Yeah, man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, hang in there, girl. You guys gonna be all right. Just keep at it. Betty, did you want to comment on the video at all?
Let's see.
Luckiest motherfucker alive.
The luckiest motherfucker. So, yeah. If I were him, I just wouldn't even leave the house. I'd just DoorDash everything to me, and I just
lock yourself in a cage.
But no,
one of those giant bubbles.
Yeah, bubble boy.
Every source of transportation just kept fucking him.
Yeah, dude, he's like, I want to get a bike, but like, I'm not even gonna fucking bother. I'm gonna.
And next it'll be roller skates or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, leave some comments if you guys got any stories about like that you've heard, if you've been through, of being like the luckiest motherfucker alive. We love to hear them. Post videos, whatever. That's interesting. That's cool shit.
Absolutely.
But anyway, moving on to the next, we got. All right, guys. One of my next subjects. All right, guys. So, in previous episode 2 back, I believe, I showed some pictures of how we corkscrew through the solar system, and we're like, and like my argument is, if we're corkscrewing and going through and running through all these circles and corkscrew, why is every night every star's in the same place and nothing ever changes? How is that possible? I don't know. But anyway, this is one of my favorite subjects, and I know you guys fuck you both. All right, fuck you guys. Here we go. Let's go.
It's a time lapse of the stars, okay? I want y'all to look very closely. Notice right here, this is Polaris and it's not moving. Why does it look like they're all spinning around us? So, but if we're traveling through space like this right here, I bet a lot of y'all didn't know this. This is what we're doing, okay? Look, that's the sun. All the planets are spinning. They're all spinning around. Blah, 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 blah. How on earth is this right here happening? I mean, really and truly, we're going around the sun and we're spinning. As we're going around, they say, why is it that Polaris always seems to just sit there? And y'all are going to be like, oh, well, it does move and it has moved. Y'all are the same ones that believe it spins at 1,000 miles per hour. Look, it's 67,000 miles. I think that used to say 66 because people were like 666 anyways. If it's, look, the sun and Earth orbiting around the center of the galaxy approximately 447,000 miles per hour. Our combined speed with the sun is estimated to be 1.3 million miles per hour. Not to mention, this was a high-powered camera sent way up, and look at this right here. Where's the curve at, y'all? No, I'm not saying the Earth is flat by any means, fact checkers. I'm just wanting to know, where is the curve at? And why does it appear that all the stars are spinning around us, dude? There is no argument. You can't argue with me, okay? You can't. Have a good day, Johnny.
Yes. Well. Yes. Have a good day, Johnny Chambers.
Hey.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
I will say this. I saw an interesting video yesterday of like this lady who I think she said she was 102 years old. And she was talking about in school, they taught them that the earth was flat. And they were like, there wasn't in the video, but they were referencing other people around her age that said the same thing. And she even listed like what grade school she went to and stuff. And
and to piggyback off of that, if any of your grandmas, anybody you know that has Encyclopedia Britannica from 1958 or before will tell you fucking earth is flat. Alright? We're in a dome. Accept it. Alright? Just fucking accept it. Alright? Knock it the fuck off. Quit playing around, guys. Alright? Flat earthers, spit facts. Globers, talk shit about flat earthers. That's it. That's it.
I'm not going to talk any shit today, but
talk
today.
Shit.
I love the caveat today.
The only thing that I was thinking about as far as us flying through the universe at 1.3 million miles,
miles per hour.
When you're in a car driving down the highway, do you feel like you're going 60 miles an hour as you sit there as a passenger? No, you don't. And the same goes for a plane.
Stick your head out the window.
But we have an atmosphere. It's like the atmosphere like doesn't. That's like saying stick your head out. Well, it's not like saying stick your head out in space. It's just this is just the theory of relativity, I think. Where I mean, if you're sitting in a thing that's going that speed, you're going that speed relative to something else. So it's just all about what are we comparing ourselves moving in relation to is what it comes down to. This is just like,
I feel that.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, I guess.
I'm going to play devil's advocate today.
All right.
I'm going to join Tony's team for a moment. And so let's take that for fact. We're moving through, we're shooting through space, we're spinning around. We have an atmosphere that protects us. But where are the space station and the satellites and the moon and
they're hanging up by balloons
in our gravitational well? They're in our gravitational influence.
So but the further away from Earth you get, the less that gravitational well. So wouldn't you think they would start trailing off a little bit as we're blazing at 1.3 million miles per hour?
So no, because we're following the sun. The sun's following the center of the galaxy, or the center of the Milky Way galaxy. We're following the sun. The moon's following us. So it's all like, what are we attracted to? Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is that the solar system is kind of like those child leashes that school uses when they go for a walk during recess.
You're bound to that leash. Exactly. So it's well, here's the cool thing about this. If we zoom out even further, so the moon is orbiting the Earth, along with satellites and shit. The Earth is orbiting the sun. The sun is orbiting around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Now, if you go out even past that to like the local region and stuff like that, which is like, a galaxy is huge, but it's just a tiny little speck in the whole grand scheme of the sky. We're all rushing towards something called the Great Attractor, and nobody knows what it is, but it's something that, like, okay, so our sun is spinning around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. What is the Milky Way galaxy doing? It could be spinning, but I think it's more so rushing towards something that's attracting along. Yeah.
So like this. Allegedly, Big Bang, right? It's just us spinning allegedly a million miles an hour corkscrewing. Is that what do they call it? The reason that we're like flying that? Are we just from that bang? We're just flying. Is that what that is?
Well, yeah. There's two parts to it.
Because I hear that I've heard a theory that the explosion happened, but I hear that it's all gonna contract one day.
There's a few, when you zoom out, when you fast forward the tape all the way to the end of time, there's a few things that could happen. One of them is, we keep expanding forever, and everything, it turns ice cold. It becomes absolute zero everywhere. There's no more energy. Everything's dispersed, and all the black holes evaporate. That's one option. That's just the continuation of what's currently going on.
I don't know if I believe that, but that blows my mind. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's possible. So we don't know. That is one possibility. The other possibility is the big crunch. So we had the Big Bang, and then we're gonna get it like a balloon. We blow out so big, and then eventually we come back in, and everything kind of sucks itself back in. Now, there's another one called the Big Tear or the Big Rip, and that's where, because right now things aren't just exploding away. Because picture like a little stick of dynamite. It blows up. It throws like clouded dust, and that clouded dust it accelerates initially, but it's not like the further it goes, the faster it goes. It starts out really fast, and then it starts to slow down, just like when you shoot a bullet. Now, with the Big Rip, it takes, I think, because we don't understand dark matter. The universe, it's blowing up and it's expanding like an explosion, but the thing that's interesting about it is it's going faster. We're accelerating faster as time goes on. So one of the possibilities, we have the Big Bang going to like the cold heat death. There's the big crunch where everything comes
bad.
in. Dude, there's the Big Bang with the heat death. There's the big crunch where everything comes back together like the balloon deflates. Then there's the Big Rip. And that's where they think it's possible, but they don't know it. It's just a theory. There's like, that's all it is maybe space will continue to expand. And then like, what if the balloon pops? Kind of thing. That's where space-time would rip. And I'm just speaking off of sound bites that I've heard from YouTube, but there's a few different ways it could go.
I'll tell you guys what, man. I don't care what anybody says or everybody thinks. I love this guy because that just blew my mind. It's stuff like that. That's why I mess with this dude, because that just like took my mind onto some crazy. Like I got scared. I got scared for a second. Like cold death. But,
it's crazy either way. Well, you get into some really interesting like physical or philosophical stuff. Like, what if all it is just maybe blowing up, collapsing again and again and again? Who knows? But the good news is it's scary, it's terrifying, completely unknown.
We'll never see it.
It's a ways out there. We're talking hundreds of trillions and quadrillions of years out there. But eventually it will happen if time keeps going. So, yeah.
Very crazy. Very interesting. Very interesting. A real quick thing about that, because we were talking about galaxies and stuff. Did you see this video? I don't know if you guys saw anything in this recently. The Russians just found out, supposedly, I guess they can prove it. I forget. I'll play a video of it on the next episode. They found out what happens after death.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, so apparently, using quantum mechanics, something to do with like a string theory type thing. So, like, if you have these two particles connected in a quantum way or whatever, one could be on the opposite side of the planet, and if this one does this one will do the same thing at the same time. Now, apparently, that's how the like extraterrestrials communicate from galaxy to galaxy, because it's a quantum string
quantum
theory
entanglement
thing. Quantum entanglement, that's it. So apparently they figured out how to
they tracked it, right?
To link the consciousness of a person, so that when like to the I forget, I'll bring the big video, but apparently what happens is when this person passed on, all of a sudden they ended up in a galaxy, one of the farthest galaxies away. Like,
that's what I heard.
That's where the soul apparently went, in a galaxy, like galaxies away.
They were trying to map it. Like they tried to
So you saw this?
I saw it, yeah, and I'm torn on it, but what it said is just what you said. They tried to like trace whatever they were looking at in the brain, and at the moment of death or after the moment of death, what they were tracing went farther away and faster than they were ever expecting. And
insane, crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see when they do more research on this. So we'll have to go what happens and what comes of it. Leave a comment if you guys have seen anything on that. Also, leave a comment if you have anything to say about that last video, corkscrewing at 1,000,000 miles an hour through the universe. So, to my next two, we'll make this real quick. We're gonna dive into one of two of my favorite subjects. I've been kind of holding it off. Well, I had other things to talk about first, but this one of two, the next episode will have the other one of the subject, of the other subject. But this one, I'm gonna start bringing some heat on this throughout our next episodes, because it's one of the most mind-blowing subjects to me out there, and everyone feels it, everyone sees it, everyone is a victim of it. We're gonna take a little dive into the Mandela effect, and what made me spark the idea of bringing this up now is because there's so much to it. But in this video that I found, a shorter clip, they actually touch base and give a lot of examples of this subject. And to the untrained ear person who hasn't heard anything about this, with this short little clip, it will give you a brief, really good summary of what the Mandela effect is. It's mind-blowing. It's tripped out. I have so many subjects and videos I want to bring on this. So
yes.
The next two, I'm going to end it up with the Mandela effect. So here we go. Cool.
Absolutely no explanation. It doesn't stop there. In recent years, a mysterious phenomenon known as the Mandela effect has intrigued millions of people worldwide. It began around 2011 when countless people remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison, although he was alive and later became president of South Africa. Officially, the Mandela effect refers to a collective false memory, causing widespread confusion over famous quotes, logos, historical events, and pop culture references.
No, I am your father.
I think I discovered a new Mandela effect. So I was showing my little sister my daughter's new shoes that I just got her, and they're Converse, and I'm like, wait, something is off. And then I was like, has the logo always been on the inside? And she's like,
yeah.
No. I was like, right, that's weird, right? Like, I've always worn Converse in middle school and high school, and it's always been on the outside of the ankle. Y'all, tell me why the logo is on the inside of the shoe. And then I went on Google to look up how long it's been on the inside, and it's talking about it's always been on the inside. I have never worn Converse with the logo on the inside. Yo, this is so crazy.
There is very little evidence of the existence of the Mandela effect, even though thousands if not millions of people remember things differently. However, on February this year, an internet account by the name of Clientele 2.0 uploaded a very intriguing video of what's supposed to be one of the strangest evidence of the Mandela effect, and this is what was caught on camera.
I'm not sure what year this car is, but it's an old Ford, and probably in the 40s model. If you look at the front logo, you see the new logo from this new reality.
Huh.
But weird thing, if you walk around to the back and look at the back logo on the bumper, look at that. That's the residual reality from the old Ford logo.
Now, I'm not exactly sure how you remember the Ford logo, but millions of people remember it like this, but officially it never existed. However, in this particular video, the person records what appears to be two different logos. The front one was clearly swapped at some point for the newer version,
the new logo.
Even though the car is very old, you can see that the logo type isn't rusty and it's new and very clean. However, the back logo is rusty, old, and completely different.
That's the residual reality.
It's exactly how millions of people remember the Ford logo being years ago. However, officially, this logo never existed. It's as if somehow we shifted into a parallel dimension at some point around 2011, and no one knows why or how.
Remember this.
I'm sitting here watching SpongeBob the movie, right? And I just noticed something that I don't remember. In this scene where SpongeBob's about to rock out the guitar, I remember him holding a white V guitar. Where did this peanut guitar come from?
But this isn't the first time someone captures a residual evidence of the Mandela effect.
There is no Mandela effect. And the Volkswagen logo has always been with a gap, as the Mandela effect deniers say. Look here. This is actually Hugh TV's van. Hugh, say hello. From the shifty Mandela van.
He's smoking.
As you can see right here. Original Volkswagen hubcap.
There was always
on
a
a
gap.
1974 Volkswagen bus. It has not reality shifted. It's no brake. If there's always been a brake, and there's no Mandela effect, and we're all just crazy, what do we have here? I've also shown a guy at the beach, at Huntington Beach again, talking to people on the street. He had a shop there. Like a flea market type thing, a farmer's market type thing, where he was doing artwork.
Farmer's market.
His artwork, he was making these sculptures of like these Volkswagen logos made by hand and painted by hand.
Kick the
And
dude
of course,
right
he
in the
painted them with
balls.
no break. So that's
He's
how
a
he remembered
carpet
them.
layer
Look at
for
this.
Joey Marsh.
Another original hubcap.
If we start digging around, we'll find several of these supposed residual Mandela effects. I've posted several examples already on other videos, but as time goes by, more of them keep popping up. Have you ever witnessed the Mandela effect yourself? And what do you think about all this? Is it possible that we're living in some sort of alternate reality like some suggest, or is this just misremembering things?
I have a few things to say real quick about this. So, apparently, the Mandela effect, when they started firing up, happens because they started firing up that CERN. You guys know CERN, the
the particle
collider. When they started messing with that, it started ripping into realities like the multiverse, right? Dimension. And they started layering on top of each other, kind of smushing together. Now that causes half of society to remember things a certain way, and the other half to remember it another way. The last two videos they played, and they're not very intriguing to be, not very interesting. However, there is, I don't know if you guys remember back in school that I told you where the Statue of Liberty was. I was always told Ellis Island. Anybody else?
It's
Liberty Island.
Liberty Island.
Okay. Yeah. So now, if you ask half the population, they will say what I said, and they will say what you said. Now, apparently, back in 2017, there was people that posted a bunch of pictures on Facebook of them going to Ellis Island, and they were at the Statue of Liberty, and they're like supposedly standing right next to it, pointing at it, hanging on, doing all this crazy shit to it. And it's no longer in their pictures, okay? But they said that where they were and they saw it. Now, so stuff like that. And then there's like movies. Field of Dreams. If you build it, what?
They will come.
If you build it, Benny?
They will come.
No, apparently it's if you build it, he will come. Watch the video now. Check it out. Stuff like it. No, when I said do that video, I said remember this. Remember I said because the guy had a phone. Because apparently, and I told you guys about this before, if you take a BlackBerry and it works with only a BlackBerry, because I tried my Razor phone, but from that era, because apparently the video, if you take out the camera, you look at the Berenstain Bears book, right? It's, I guess now it's Berenstain Bears with an A, not Berenstein. I always remember Berenstein, but if you put that camera, look through it with the camera, it changes back. Yeah. So if anybody has a BlackBerry, and if you guys
you got
Chambers has got one. Chambers got a BlackBerry. Sweet. We're gonna try this experiment with you guys. We'll do it live. But if you guys know anything about that with the BlackBerry thing, and you got any stories about it or interesting Mandela effects to share, please leave a comment. Let us know. That'd be awesome. All right, Chambers, what do you got to say?
Well, I do have a BlackBerry. I still know exactly where it is. I might need to find a charging cable for it, but I got the BlackBerry. And I'm going to put you on a little something here. Up until recently, well, until BlackBerry went out of business, anybody working for the U.S. government, any place of Congress, Senate, president, vice president, whatever, was forced to have a government-issued BlackBerry.
Yep.
Could there be a link there?
Oh, man.
Could there be a reality-revealing secret to the BlackBerry?
That's right.
And the software that they designed? Because it was literally the safest software for a cell phone ever made. Even to this day, nothing safer than a BlackBerry was. But for whatever reason, they went out of business.
Yeah, that's...
Even though people still reminisce about having that keyboard on there and having that little scroll ball or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, there's plenty of people that I think that, given at least a fairly decent sized touch screen on it, would love to have that keyboard back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it just seems weird to me that like, even when BlackBerry did evolve to like have the flip touch screen, but still integrate the keyboard, like how they didn't find a way to stay in business. Like,
right. Well, yeah, it's Berenstein Bears, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you guys remember going to school and the school library and you check out a Berenstein book, you get the little tape with it, the cassette tape. Remember that?
Yeah.
Berenstein Bears, man.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. Well, here's I have another thing that we can look at for the Converse thing. The cars, bad example.
Yeah, and that's another comment I was going to say, because Chambers was giving us like shit. He's like, no, it's on the inside. Dude, this is the example of you were in that timeline that got shifted to always it being on the inside, dude, because that shit was always on the outside. Benny.
So Tommy, our buddy Tommy, he got married. All the bachelors wore Chuck Taylors.
Where was the label?
That's what we'll have to bring them up. I've got tons of pictures.
Do you have pictures of
I'll
the
dig
shoes?
them up. I'll dig them up for sure.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say about the Converse. I still got Chuck Taylors to this day. I usually wear the low ones, but back in the day, it was the high tops, you know? When I was younger, I wore Chucks all the time. And I was actually pissed off that the label was on the inside. Because I'm like, why wouldn't they put the brand on the outside? Like, every shoe puts the branding on the outside. And it, like, actually irritated me that it was, like, hidden on the inside. And that's the only reason why I remember it, because it actually...
That's the time when you got shifted to, man.
Well, we'll have a picture of his wedding party, and there will be like 5 dudes with Chuck Taylors on. So we'll be
and that's crazy too, because things that do change and now are in the recent timeline. Like, for example, there's a famous Mandela effect, Chambers, you know, with the Bible verse with always like with the lion lays with the lamb, and now it's the wolf lays with the lamb.
Wow.
Okay. Chambers' mom, leave a comment and let us know exactly what that says, and look it up, let us know what it says, and tell us what, if you got time, what you remember it saying, because you, I think, would know more than we would.
Nice.
Chambers. Okay.
Well, here's what I would say about that. Like, as you saw in one of your earlier videos, they say, you know who's associated with the lion. And we know that in the Bible it now says, and the wolf shall lie with the lamb, right? So maybe there was was a purpose misleading to change that saying within media of like TV shows and movies. That's where most people heard the quote. A lot of people can't quote the Bible like that. Like, I mean, a lot of people can, but a lot of people aren't like those people that are like, in Matthew 23:12, it says blah blah blah, you know, quote it verbatim. There's tons of people that can. I'm for one can't, and I've been reading the Bible lately, but I couldn't like, boom.
I asked my grandma, I asked my parents, and they said
lying.
They said lying.
Yeah. I always believe that too. I'll be honest, and it was like maybe less than 10 years ago. I was like, wait, what?
Well, see, I don't know much about the Bible. I haven't read the whole thing front to back, but I do know that there's a lot of different versions, a lot of different translations. That's the biggest distinction, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if something got mixed up in translation, or
the only reason I brought that up is because if you show that picture and the shoes are gonna have the logo on the inside, let's ask Tommy. Let's ask Tommy what he remembers, and then have him look at that same picture and see if he's just like, what? Or he's like, oh yeah, you know, because he probably bought them.
If anybody would like have a severe opinion on it, Tommy's Fashion, Mr. Fashion, he knows. He'd be able to tell us. He probably did hardcore research into him beforehand.
Right.
So yeah.
So, day after day, there's more and more Mandela effects coming out, and you're constantly hearing about the Hadron Particle Collider firing up and doing crazy shit, opening portals. I don't know. It's an interesting time to be alive, without a doubt. But I will bring more ammo with this Mandela effects in the near future. To my last video, it's another Mandela effect, and.
I want to add a little tidbit about the Converse.
Yeah.
A little tidbit real quick.
Yeah.
So, Converse makes Chuck Taylors, right?
Yeah.
Who owns Converse?
I don't know, dude.
No idea.
Nike.
Okay.
What about Nike? I know they just made a shoe with actual human blood in it. Losers.
That little Nas X shit.
That's stupid. You know, they sold out. They're for $1,000 a piece. They sold out in like 5 minutes. You guys are all losers. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of which, if anybody has a size 8 men's or a size 10s, I still got a couple pairs left that I've been trying to get rid of. But I'm mass bought them, and I know I can make some money. And
I could see it on that note. Like, you probably could make a good chunk of change because now that they were limited edition, that's money. That's business.
Yeah. I'm just joking. And besides, I wear size 12, so
if I can make some money off the stupid devil, I would. So, all right, let's wrap my shit up here.
The meaning?
I got one last one.
You got one more.
So the Mandela effect, right? So there's a famous one with the movie Star Wars. Okay, Benny. What does Darth Vader say to Luke Skywalker
time to shine
when he's hanging out there, almost about to drop? What did he say about him in genetics?
Let's see. Seek your heart. You know it to be true.
Damn it! You're asking me wrong. Benny.
No, it's Luke. I am your father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently,
no, it's not.
He says now.
It's
Chambers.
No, I am your father.
Okay.
No, Luke. I am your father. Chambers.
I'm a Star Wars nerd. It's no, I am your father.
Now here we go. This is a guy. Sometimes you can find, for example, the cornucopia on Fruit of the Loom. Fruit of the Loom label.
I did see some
cornucopia, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right, guys?
Yeah.
I've always remembered that. That's one of the
No, that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There's no cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom label, apparently, and there never was. Go research their fucking site. Look at every single logo they've ever had. Never in history, allegedly, there was a cornucopia around the fruit.
It's been years. It's been 20, 30 years since I rocked Fruit of the Loom.
You don't remember the cornucopia?
I got my t-shirts from them. I'll tell you this.
Let me see that label. Let me see that label.
I've always remembered. Let me say this first.
Not right
I've
now,
always
but right
remembered the
now.
cornucopia, and this was actually one of the first things that got me like in depth into the Mandela effect, because I was like, This is
Take off
bullshit.
take off your shirt. Take off your shirt. Look.
You cornucopia?
Nasty. No cornucopia.
No cornucopia.
It was brown. I remember it. A little brown thing.
Yeah.
I remember it because it was like, the question is, when I was a kid, I was like, what the fuck is a cornucopia?
Yep.
And my mom, oh, yeah. And because I'd be like, what is this brown thing on my fucking thing? Oh, that's a cornucopia.
Yeah. There was this chick, just did a video and she was like, okay, I'm gonna die on this hill. She went and dug in all her closet and her clothes, all her friends' clothes, and she found a shirt with the cornucopia on it from like 1980 or something.
Yeah.
So
she did, and
is that
the
what you're gonna
craziest
say?
thing is that this got so far that even Fruit of the Loom themselves made like a public post of all their logos throughout the year because they have changed a little
cornucopia,
and none of them.
It's some
like they went out of their way because of people talking about this.
So is it like a race thing? Is cornucopia like a Native American thing? And
No, dude.
No.
But like every single shirt that you thought may have had it on it, you look at them and they're all disappeared. That's the interesting thing about about that Mandela effect. Like I said, there's the Berenstain Bears. It's like it does in the Bible quote. So like if you read that Bible so many times and you always remembered it to say that, and then one day you open it and it says something different. The power of it, that's what makes it so interesting and like mystical mystery. It's just so it's just a trip, man. It's a time to be alive.
I've always said this, but if you look at humans like software has updates. You update software when there's something wrong with it, when it's not working great, when there's something you want to fix.
Simulation.
And one of the design flaws that should probably be updated in the human software is we have a collective amnesia. We don't do great at remembering things long term over generations. We have history books and stuff, but obviously we won't get political, but there's just a lot of differing opinions, and this Mandela effect is like, it doesn't seem to be slowing down, is what I'm getting at.
It's gaining traction, huge. Do you remember the movie Shazam with Sinbad in it?
No, that was Shaq.
Okay, so you're in a different timeline with that one.
Now here's where it gets confusing,
because half the population remembers it different.
Sinbad was in a genie movie. Sinbad was in a genie movie, and that's where it gets a little confusing. And they're both similar. They're both tall black guys, obviously. But
dude, Sinbad himself is denying it. He was asked about it. He's like, I have no clue what these people are talking about.
Yeah, I'm on Sinbad's timeline.
Okay, so check this out. So what does Darth Vader say to Luke Skywalker once again?
He says, "No, I am your father."
That is what you remember.
Yeah.
You're in that timeline? Are you? Come on, man, be honest. Are you?
No. I remember.
You remember what? What do you remember?
I remember. I don't. So my mind goes back, and just to be clear, I don't necessarily remember the specific. I mean, I remember the specific scene, but when I'm asked that question,
thing you said was
Luke,
what?
I am your father. But the reason that I remember that is because it's just like ingrained into my head. Like that's just it.
And
I don't remember the
else
specific thing.
Why would that be?
On fucking Star Wars Day, you're really gonna pull this shit?
Yeah. I know.
All right, guys, let's move on here. So this is my final video. Let's roll.
If you are not familiar with the Mandela effect, Empire Strikes Back, you need to Google it or you're not going to understand what's on this tape. But y'all, I'm about to put this tape in and hit play, and you're going to see absolute, incontrovertible evidence that parallel universes and the Mandela effect is real. Here goes,
I love
y'all.
his face. Watch.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father.
He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father. Luke,
So
thoughts, gentlemen.
I got to bring up that one thing that we did with the. I'd say easy to fake that. Remember when we did all of our voice changing and stuff?
Yeah. That's true.
Easy to fake. Could be very. And it was just one word.
But he definitely. That's what everybody remembers, man.
Like I said, collective amnesia. We don't know.
I'll say this, like
that many people have Alzheimer's.
I trust Chambers on this 100%.
I'll say this, like I definitely know everybody believes that it's Luke, I am your father, and like think of Tommy Boy even when he's breathing, like talking in the van, he's like Luke, I am your father. Right. And, but being the Star Wars nerd that I am, I know it's no. I am your father.
All right. So, moving on to who we got. Chambers, man.
All right. This shit is crazy to me. This whole video in itself, it's talking about basically everything Tony freaking loves. I think everybody that watches our show loves, and just like the anomalies that have been going on. But this is like taking it back to '88, and I want to let the video actually speak for itself because I found it really intriguing, and that's why I had to like pluck it and pull it as like my first video.
Where'd you get this video from?
Instagram.
Just checking, because I didn't know if it was from a you know who.
Oh no, I do have one from the files that I will.
The
Carter. Yeah. As an honorary mention, he'll be the last serious video I have plucked out.
If y'all dig into the comments and catch anything about that dude, he's a pretty interesting guy. One of our homeboys said he will be on here eventually.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely make sure of that.
So should we run it?
Yeah, run it. I want to see what you guys think.
In 1988, a strange phenomenon swept across the globe, one that went unnoticed by the public but caused ripples through the fabric of reality. It was the year humanity faced an unrecorded extinction, and everything we know today is built on the echoes of that lost world. A small group of internet theorists, known as the Anomaly Truthers, believed that in 1988, a catastrophic event erased humanity. This event was so devastating that it caused a reset in the timeline, a glitch that the universe itself scrambled to fix. They claim this is why so many people experience the Mandela effect, because our collective consciousness is trying to reconcile the inconsistencies between pre- and post-1988 realities. The surge in 80s nostalgia isn't just cultural, it's a subconscious effort by those who lived through the anomaly to remember the lost world. This is why new generations, even those born decades later, feel an inexplicable connection to the 80s. They're resonating with the echoes of a past that's imprinted on the human psyche. What if our 80s nostalgia and moments of deja vu are more than whims of the mind, but whispers of a forgotten past?
So, why I found this so intriguing is that we talk about the Mandela effect, we talk about the simulation, we talk about the reset, all the things. And if you haven't noticed, like, really at the dawn of the millennium, nothing really crazy groundbreaking or like innovative or new for the most part that affects like our daily lives has not like really come out. But really, when you focus on TV and movies, all they do is recycle like 80s shit.
Yep.
They remake 80s shit and sell it as new. Like there's no new ideas when it comes to entertainment. It's all stuck in the 80s. And that's the first thing my mind was drawn to, like when I like roll with that. And the Stranger Things crap. I mean, everybody's starting to dress like 80s and stuff, like weird, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Dude, thank you for that. That blew my fucking mind. I ain't meant to dig on that. That's a trip, because like it could be an explanation for a lot of shit. Wow, dude.
And so, in that feeling that they talk about of like having a connection to the 80s.
Nostalgia. Because every time I
got
hear
it
that,
for sure.
You know that song that
yes.
What is that? We can build this thing together. And it's the whatever.
Yeah, it's like a standard 80s song.
Stop us now.
Here's the biggest trip, though. Here's the biggest trip about that is like, think about these younger generations that have never lived in the 80s.
They have it too.
They have it too.
Right. It's weird.
They have this weird tie to the 80s.
Yeah, it's tough to explain, but yeah, that's absolutely.
They love the Star Wars.
They have the nostalgia feeling too.
They love like the old 80s horror flicks. Like dude, think about how many girls that are like in their young 20s walking around right now with like 80s slasher horror freaking tattoos and like all these things. And dude, it was a culture that like, I don't know, it wasn't.
You blowing my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, dude. Why were these people that never lived through it having nostalgia for something that they never experienced?
Unreal. Right. So it could be the answer.
It trips me out, but you want to know what trips me out even more? This fucking next video.
Wait, is this like the government with the
even worse?
Like that movie, that John Kerry movie. Where he lives in on a TV, the Truman Show.
Yeah,
dude. I had this one of these videos lined up for the next one. Good man, you're firing all cylinders this round. Damn,
whether it's real or not, like allegedly,
this is the trip.
This is the internet. You know what we're talking about. So,
and how
God
would you
knows
even
what's
know?
True or not, but it does not put it past my imagination for some sick corporation or a bunch of elites to decide, hey, we're going to run this fucking experiment and just see how it goes.
Wait, did you get this from Carter? Because he's the one that sent me the video that I was going to play this for my first.
I found at least as far as my recollection, I found this one on my own.
Did you say erection?
I may or may not have talked about an erection, but there are a lot of buildings erected within this video, so
let's check it out.
Wait, you're telling me there are fake towns in the middle of the Atlantic?
Yeah, listen to this. There's an island called Halcyon Ridge, completely hidden from the outside world, controlled by a private organization called Vanguard Initiative. Decades ago, they bought the island and turned it into one massive, twisted experiment. They built towns straight out of a 1950s postcard, perfect houses, white picket fences, happy neighbors, but it's all a lie.
The people living there?
They were either orphans raised in total isolation or, get this, grown from embryos in secret labs. From birth, they were brainwashed to believe that a global disaster wiped out the rest of the world. As far as they know, Halcyon Ridge is the only safe place left on Earth. If someone starts asking too many questions, Vanguard Initiative steps in fast, either reprogramming them or making them disappear altogether. And just so we're clear, this is all for entertainment purposes, right?
I mean, like I said, this is the internet. But is it really outside the realm of like what global? I mean, listen to what they said. Vanguard Initiative.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Who
You
has
know
their
what
hands
brings a
in, like,
little
everything?
Yeah, well, you know what brings a little like, oh, this is the whole Vanguard thing, because if anybody could pull this shit up, it's the Rothschilds, the Vanguards. The whole reason the only reason that we go to school and we're told to do all that shit is because of the Rothschilds. We shouldn't be sitting in a room for 8-9 hours a day, raise our hand to go take a piss. We should be out and about, experiencing nature, walking around barefooted, soaking in that vitamin D, grounding with Mother Earth.
Well, to be fair, I got to jump in. We should do both, for sure. Education is important. 1000%, but you gotta have a real world experience too, for sure.
Right.
But you can't just be wandering around the woods and you end up like
then
now.
Hippies.
No, true story. You get a bunch of hippies walking around.
No, education is important, but I do feel like,
yeah, we were meant to be working to death, like we were supposed to be living versus we were supposed to be living life versus living to live, or working to live.
Yeah, and to comment on that, you know what makes my career really sad you get this thing called the UA Journal every month, you know, because I work for a union. And you look back in the obituaries, right? Mm-hmm. Every one of these welders, these guys, fitters, welders, steam fitters, dude, they don't make it past like 63, 64.
Is it an occupational hazard?
But these guys are the hardest workers, some of the hardest workers and the builders and like part of the foundation and structure of this country, man. Like, and they bust their ass to retire, to enjoy it for only a couple years. Why? Because the entire time we're working, we're breathing in these crazy fumes, dude. Like bad stuff. Hexachromium.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, hexachromium is in stainless steel and in galvanized steel. And would you breathe that in? That's like a first class ticket to Alzheimer's. It's super bad for you, man.
Well, I mean, this is all I'll say about this is that you take this scenario here. It is not unlike the uncontacted tribes in like the Amazon or wherever, or the South Pacific Island, where they've never had contact with the outside world. So they know nothing other than what they've been taught through their culture and like what their elders have told them. So it's really not that unfathomable for me.
Yeah, North Korea
like,
too.
Let's just see what happens.
North Korea, they're complete nation of brainwashed people.
Hey, that's a perfect example of how possible this is.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely, it's super dark, but is it possible? I don't see why not.
Right.
No?
Right.
How much of a trip would that be if somebody escaped from there and actually whistleblowed them, and like are interviewed and told how they actually felt and how their life was insane.
Well, I'm trying crazy. I'm like, imagine like if you are on an island in the middle of the ocean. Well, yeah, but like, how do you with North Korea? They at least send over balloons with
pamphlets and stuff like to tell people like there's a whole other world out there.
They're within reach, but I don't see that happening
North
here.
Korea does to like combat that back.
Oh, just everybody's the enemy.
You know, they fling bags of shit over to the other side. That's what I heard.
I would challenge that by saying that in North Korea, I've heard stories that human waste is valuable because they'll burn it for fuel because they got nothing else. It's crazy. Right. So it's like a valuable resource to them, which is crazy. Also, on their diet,
for slingshotting turds at the enemy.
Dude, there's no such thing as a full garbage can in North Korea. Like, they don't throw away anything. Yeah. But no, like with this, what I'm thinking about is like, what if there was like flight paths over the top? Because like, how do you even introduce the thought that maybe this isn't reality is like as we know it? Like, so what if there's people that are on that island, they look up and they maybe see a jet trail in the sky?
I'm
and
sure they have all that, even airspace locked down, man.
Right, but maybe, who knows, somebody
they own the airlines.
Dude, you know who runs and owns this earth? It's the Rothschilds, the Vanguards, the Black Rocks, and you know what they do?
Whatever they want.
The president, the other presidents, and the people what to do, and the shit rolls right downhill. But right on top, if these guys wanted to pull it off, they'll take it out of airspace. They'll tell every country, nope, we don't exist. Google, blur it out. Nope.
So you're saying we need to build an airplane?
Let's just take your sailboat there, dude.
Dude, yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Grab a couple refugees.
All right.
What do we got here?
On to the next chamber.
You guys are going to love this shit. All right. So we all remember about the LiDAR scans about what was under the pyramids.
Yep.
And then it was like, oh, no, it was a hoax. Now, I'm going to be honest. I showed this video to my girl and we watched it and we were
Question.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We both watched it and we were both very, very intrigued. There are a few moments where they're carrying around cameras and the things on the screen of the camera don't look to quite match up with where the camera's pointing, but I can't call it. All I'm
that
say
was my question, because I've seen a few of these and I just think, man, have you guys ever seen any of them AI videos that are just like things morphing and people and like just weird stuff like moving? What is possible with AI? Like, holy shit,
it's crazy.
We watched the shit out of this, and we watched it really carefully. And the only thing that we could come up with was when they were holding the cameras in front of them and the screen didn't quite seem to match where it seemed the lens of the camera was pointing at the rest of the room. I want to get y'all's opinion.
Yeah, and we want everybody else's opinion. You guys leave a comment. Tell us what you think, and if you can do any research or you find, tell us what you know. Get involved. Help us. Let's solve this mystery.
Let's go.
Chambers.
It's a wild trip, man. Just you're gonna be whether it's fake or real, you're gonna love this fucking video.
Nice.
Nice. Tell us the spot you're thinking of, Chambers.
Oh, it's coming up. Not this, but there's going to be one where you see it like more on the right hand side, coming up in a short bit. Not that. That's blurred out. But it'll be kind of on the right hand side of the screen where he's holding the camera. I think it's a yeah. So right here it looks good, but there's gonna be one right after this where it looks off.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't seem to quite match. You know what I'm saying?
I noticed one thing off the jump that I don't know. It was a shadow. All of these people appear to be wearing headlamps. And there was a guy's hand that was right in front of the pillar, and I didn't see a shadow for the hand in front of the pillar.
Take the cursor and point out what you were saying, Benny.
Right there. You just missed it.
You missed it.
Nah, it's...
Yeah, you missed it.
You did.
Start over.
Nah.
But the shadow was underneath his arm too.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Okay, I can edit that later and actually focus in on it and like zoom in and point out to what you were talking about.
Yeah. It's like I don't know exactly how shadows. I mean, I know how they work, but like I don't know if one would make sense there or not. Sometimes they're weird.
Was that the only thing you caught?
There's that hand too, and I know where to pause it here.
The hand and what Chambers was talking about?
Yeah, Chambers. The hand is like right in this corner right here.
Are you gonna play again?
Yeah, here, switch it over to the thing. There we go.
We'll watch.
I thought the hieroglyphs on the walls too. I can't call it, man. Like, here's the thing, is like this is either one of the most best AI videos that I've ever seen.
Agreed.
Or there's two other options. It's the best freaking take of a fucking upcoming movie set that's just like insanely well done, or it's fucking real.
Right. Yeah. We got those three options. But I mean, AI is getting really good, but it was tough to call.
Dude, that marble and the way the lighting shines off it, and just like even when they touched it, and like you can see the sand, even the sand dirt, and like the way it's laying like around it, and like the erosion, like dude, it's too detailed. Like, and I'm looking for extra digits and all the weird shit throughout the whole thing. And
now, the one thing that it does make me think about is I think it was like the first episode we ever did, with that Unreal Engine 5 or whatever, that you can manipulate the smoke that's coming off of a fire. So
I remember that.
We're pretty advanced, but still, this is either way, this is damn well done.
I'll tell you what, man. Time will tell, man, because the masses are eventually going to start picking this apart, just like that Miami video. You know that happened last year, and this finally coming to the surface.
You know, I don't know. You guys ever heard of the back rooms?
Yeah. You know what?
Liminal spaces.
Okay, the back rooms actually started from a fucking RC car hobby shop from Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Really?
That was the first backrooms video that started it all.
The guys, the only reason I thought about it is because these guys in the suits kind of reminded me of the backrooms dudes that are going around.
Yeah. SCP shit.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. All right, yo. You ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Chambers, what you got next, homie?
All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, I almost forgot. Dude, this shit is fucking crazy. We've talked about the Ark of Covenant and like it having like almost like nuclear powers and effects. Come to find out, there's actually a fucking CIA document about, I think it's called Project Sunbeam or something like that. And supposedly they know where it is. They don't know exactly what it is, but they know that like there's a certain time that it's gonna activate. Anybody that's tried to open it and do anything on their own with it have been completely destroyed, and it's protected by entities. In the CIA document, it's entities protecting this thing.
Well, it's in Ethiopia, right? Or some shit? Like,
no, that's what supposedly those guys from Ethiopia, I guess they go through like guards like nobody's business.
Yeah,
like,
they
keep dying from radiation poison. But I did hear about this with the CIA document that he's talking about. That it's who is that, a remote viewer?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was. Yeah,
remote viewing's crazy.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to talk about Project Sunstreak because I thought it was fake until I went on the CIA.gov and found it, and I was like, what am I looking at? On December 5th, 1988, this one man was to find the Ark of the Covenant, and what he saw was bone chilling. And I have the document right here.
Directly from .gov.
This is what he said about the Ark of the Covenant. Target is in a container and is decorated with seraphims. Target is located somewhere in the Middle East, as the language spoken by individuals seem to be Arabic. The target is hidden underground. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, and the resurrection.
What?
There is an aspect of spirituality, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we know. The target is protected by entities.
What?
This container cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. Individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors through the use of a power unknown to us. That is a CIA document.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, dude. Entities?
It's protected by entities.
You're saying that this person acquired this knowledge through using one of those, like basically like beaming a visual?
Psychoenergetics is what it's called. Remote viewing. The ability to describe remote areas, ability to influence physical or biological systems via undefined physical mechanisms.
It's Stranger Things for real.
That's insane.
I hate that. But these were actual programs the CIA was running. It's not like
for years
they learned about it and they're just putting it in there for archive purposes. Like they were doing this. They were the ones running it.
The conspiracy is that the CIA went and apprehended the Ark of the Covenant.
That's a crazy story, dude.
I don't think there's much for me to say about that other than what do you guys think?
I mean, we've all seen Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You don't open it, dude.
Don't open the Ark, man.
No, man, that's wild. And it all kind of fits together with the remote viewing. I'm with him. I hate the concept of remote viewing because there's not a lot of apparent ways to defend against it, right? Like that's the benefit of it. Is it you want to go somewhere, see something, like watch something or someone, you just do it. But I mean, yeah.
Isn't don't open the crazy though to like think that people are actually nailing some of these things? Like we talked about that Russian submarine through remote viewing, and then it came out to be true, and the details behind it. But like this is just to have CIA documents talking about fucking entities.
Yeah. That's wild, dude. It's wild. All right, let's
Crazy.
see.
Chambers, what you got?
Absolutely. Now here is where we come into the honorary mention of the man Carter. This is just one video, but it does come from the Carter Files, and I had to pick this one specifically because the first episode of this show, we all talked about what we wanted to get out of doing this. And I said, by the end of us doing this podcast, I want to be able to walk through fucking walls.
Yep.
He did say that, man. He did say that.
And
I can't wait for this, man. It's another one of the
video. My boy Carter said.
The Carter Files. Is from one of the strangest patents in the entire U.S. Patent Office. This is U.S. Patent number 2006-001-4125A1, or the Walking Through Walls Training System. According to the abstract on the patent that you can all go and read yourselves, this invention is a training system which enables a human being to acquire sufficient hyperspace energy in order to pull the body out of the third dimension, so that a person can walk through solid objects such as walls or wooden doors. This patent is very real and was taken incredibly seriously by members of the U.S. military, especially by the U.S. Army's 1st Earth Battalion, a real unit in the Army that based their principles upon the Jedi Order from Star Wars. What do you guys think about this?
What do you guys think about that? I mean, I've always had this theory, like, we're less matter than we are space, and everything around us is less matter. It's like it's just a visual illusion. Like there's more space in that wall than there is actually like atoms and molecules holding it together. Same with us. And like, I don't know. I mean, I just have this theory that like, if you knew how, or maybe you had some kind of device or whatever, there would be a way of like making those molecules kind of like separate and like melding through it, and then like I'm on the other side.
Like, and I'm sure a particle physicist would be just pulling their hair out by listening to this, but I'm with you 100%. I think the biggest barrier in my mind is to do something like that would require, I imagine, would just require more energy than we currently have access to. Just we need a lot of power. Like you could put together all the power plants in the United States and it wouldn't be enough kind of thing. So we need to have some sort of a crazy reactor, I imagine, to be able to manipulate dimensions and shit like that. That's where my head's at. So it's just a matter of time till we can do it. We need a Dyson sphere.
Maybe I'm gonna say two things. One, I'm gonna say a thing that'll probably appeal to your lifestyle. Maybe we just haven't discovered how to operate as fourth, fifth, or sixth dimensional beings, because I think that they can manipulate the third dimension any way they wish. But on a biblical perspective, it says in there that Jesus spoke with the faith of just a mustard seed. You can do all these things and more.
Oh man, so it might be within grasp is what you're saying. Maybe
we just gotta align your chi, man.
We haven't figured it out yet.
Your chakras in a line. Go fucking float life.
Bro, you will be walking through walls one day, my friend. I feel it.
Absolutely.
I feel it.
I'm gonna do it, dude.
What a trip, man.
Absolutely. I'm into it.
Hey, guess what I will do? I will do the one thing that I never do. Fucking videotape it on my phone.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, Joe.
Oh, he's coming at us with this video. I already saw a little snippet that popped up.
Coming at who?
Us, both of us. Look, because this is some moon landing shit. Remember how we were like, how they live stream the moon landing? How did they just beam that? How did everybody watch that shit on television? How did this happen?
That's right. That's right. No, if I remember correctly, you specifically asked for some more information on these protocols, so I'm just giving a little bit more info so we can check this out.
This is the calculated attack.
Well,
let's check her out.
So if it's so hard to stream data that far, how did they live stream the moon landing?
Well, they have this studio in LA. Now, that was all analog, right? So they had an analog transmitter transmitting analog video, like NTSC, was sent out and it went out as light waves. And they had huge dishes on Earth pointed at it. It streamed down and was captured by the dishes. It wasn't divided up into packets. And either you were looking at it and picked it up with a huge dish, or you didn't and it was gone forever. There's no caching. There's no resending. All the cool things from streaming protocols where you get to drag back and look what happened before. And it was just sent and received or not. And of course, they were receiving it and sending it to tapes, sending it out to the TV stations and things.
Yeah, I don't have much to comment on that one, but otherwise it was just like I was initially saying with a little bit more information. They broadcast it out in analog, so it's just traveling at the speed of light, basically. So that's where you get the thing. So yeah.
So they took a measurement.
Yeah, they took a measurement.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Everybody knows that analog don't move at the speed of light.
I got a comment.
Okay.
Same as yours. I ain't got much to say about this.
Tony's taking a strong protest.
Well, this next one is a good one, actually. It was and did I show this one? I can't remember. It's about.
I don't think so.
Okay. So this is an interesting one. It's about how certain things are photoshopped intentionally, and it can definitely spark a fire underneath anybody that's conspiracy minded, and it would make them raise a thing like, oh my gosh, that's photoshopped.
This is why I talk, guys, like literally every other day, maybe every day, we have a group chat, and I'll post something there. I get all nervous. I'm like, guys, what do you know? Right away, Benny.
I'm just picturing you peeking out your blinds and shit like, are they fucking coming yet? Or
well, I'm like at work, and I'm like, dude, should I leave?
Don't leave.
I purposely just look at it just to wait to see what unfolds.
Yeah.
Well, I go right to Benny and shit. Guys, help.
Yep.
I don't say that, but then they'll we better talk Tony up the ledge again.
That's why we're here.
Well, I love you guys.
This has been obviously photoshopped.
It is photoshopped. The guy who made it was using over 10,000 different satellite images to create this blue marble. And the reason why he needed to fill in some of the clouds is because there were some gaps in the orbits of the satellites. This is probably one of the most famous images of Earth because Apple made it one of the default wallpapers on the very first iPhone.
This is often used to claim that it's all fake and that the Earth is flat.
Right. The vast majority of the operational satellites are orbiting under 2,000 kilometers above the Earth's surface. That's considered low Earth orbit, and that's too close to get a full picture, what they call like a whole disk image of Earth.
I did this calculation where it's like, if you're in low Earth orbit, it's like trying to take a picture of a basketball from less than an inch away.
But not all of them are there. We have a whole other set of satellites that orbit at around 36,000 kilometers.
That's like taking a picture of a basketball when you're a little over 2 feet away.
One of the first color images of the entire Earth came from that geostationary orbit. And if you want, you can see an image of the Earth from that position every 10 minutes. I think there's a tendency to think that just because like you see something that's made one way, you assume that it can only be made that way. But actually, you can make composites, you can take pictures of Earth. We have it all. And of course, Apollo missions also imaged Earth on their way to the moon.
It's a beautiful sight.
Best one we got.
Beautiful sight. Yeah, so this just brings up the fact that we're not just taking a picture up there and snapping it. A lot of the times it's composites made up of different satellites on different orbits. There can be gaps and stuff. So in the instance of that iPhone, default picture, if you look at it, you're like, this is the same as this, and that is there. It's all copied. Weird. It's fake. It's weird. But the reason, like she gave, it's not a complete picture, so they have to artistically fill in some gaps. So
reaching.
Okay.
I'll tell you what that was. It was what is that? How much do we spend, Chambers? What is it? How much a day? How much a day do we give to NASA?
I mean, it's I think every year
Not
it's
enough.
like $500 billion.
Okay, so
Not enough.
whatever that is, never enough. He said. So whatever that is per day, that is your tax dollars paying for NASA's finest Photoshop editors. Yep.
Well,
Yep. There you go.
Here's
Yep.
the thing, like
NASA's Photoshop.
I understand the composite aspect of it. And I actually had the first iPhone, so I do remember that picture being like the wallpaper on it. But here's what I caught her say that I think is ironic for the topic that they're speaking of. She goes, well, so what we're saying is we can't get a full disc image. A full disc.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah,
image,
sure.
Not a
It's
full
only a
globe
half a
image,
disc.
Right.
a full disc.
If I had to guess the reasoning behind that,
I think.
you know,
What do they call that? Truth in plain sight. Ha!
no, these are two scientists talking, two geeks, two nerds. If I had to imagine, they're using the term disc because a photograph is a two-dimensional thing. There's no such thing as a two-dimensional sphere, so it's scientifically and mathematically, geometrically accurate to call it a disc. It's like you wouldn't call. That's basically it. You know, it's accurate. It's not a picture of a sphere. It's a picture of a disc because it's two-dimensional. That's what. Who knows? I don't want to put words in their mouth, but that's how I would justify it.
These guys are scientists, and I expect that they're highly educated, and their vocabulary probably far out exceeds mine. So why not say a full globe image or a full
circle?
Earth image?
I don't know. Who knows? Some people talk better than others.
Image.
I mean, who knows? That could
This
be.
is what we call not a full disc image.
Well, it could be. Maybe they're trying to tell us something.
I don't know.
I'm trying to tell. Yeah. I think here's us pissing your tax dollars right down the toilet. Yeah,
I'm still on the globe side. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm asking questions.
That's fair. But yeah, disc. I mean, look at that. If we're looking at this, it's a two-dimensional thing. It might be a sphere, but to us, it appears like a disc, a wafer, a coin, kind of thing. Okay, here. Let's. This should at least help put your mind at ease. Let me bring this up.
Oh, good.
Face changing.
One less thing to freak out about. Thanks,
No.
Benny.
This is debunking. This is gonna put you at rest.
The demon face where people are walking around.
Yeah.
People are walking around seeing the demon.
No. The face changing thing where they do this and then the face changes with the mask. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Benny made a whole segment about.
Have you ever wondered how these performers managed to change?
Chambers 3, 2, what? 3. Chambers 3, 2, 1.
I was gonna say Benny. He made a full segment about just personally attacking everything Tony's brought to the table.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Oh no! This is by request. I remember. So is the other one, but no.
It was. I asked because you said you debunked it, and this is cool. I like this.
But no, this is so fascinating stuff. So let's check this out.
Just so the audience knows, I am well known as the instigator. I've always been the instigator.
Man, a fucking flip flopper. I thought you were flat Earth, dude. Whatever, dude.
Out of the camp.
Have you ever wondered how these performers managed to change their masks so suddenly without being seen at all? What you're witnessing is the ancient Chinese art of face changing, known as Bianlian. The most striking feature of this art is the performer's ability to switch the color or design of their mask in the blink of an eye, often hidden behind a hand or a fan. This technique is considered a national treasure in China, and the traditional methods used to perform it are closely guarded secrets passed down among performers. However, after some time researching, I discovered the secret. Although the masks may appear solid, they're actually made from thin fabric. Performers wear several layers of these masks, each in a different color or pattern. Using a hidden system of strings concealed beneath their costumes, they pull a cord connected to the mask, snapping it away in an instant to create the illusion. This becomes especially noticeable when captured with a slow-motion camera.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that back up. I saw it and I was like, wait a minute, we talked about this, but like I didn't know exactly. When you watch it full speed, it looks crazy, right?
Okay, That's cool, man. Because like I thought like. I guess it don't make sense. It don't make sense when you think about what. In my mind, I thought they were like going like this and like flipping it to turn. But there's like 20 to 30 different faces that they have, and you could only probably have about 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I had no clue how the hell they do that.
Dude,
that's cool.
It's
Very
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's like I love you and I hate you. Thank you and fuck you.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I don't hate you. I love you.
I love you too, man.
All right.
This next one, we got an object hitting space next week.
Chambers?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I just thought it was rad. I'm glad I know how it
fucking
works
rad.
now. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So I don't want to alarm anybody, but next week, this coming week, we do have an object hitting Earth, and this is going to happen. It's going to happen, and she's going to tell us all about it.
I'm gonna have to edit this like quick as fuck.
No, it's fine. It's fine, but no, this is still pretty cool because it's been in the makes for decades.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll tell us all about it.
Everything's going to be okay. However, next week, sometime between May 7th and 13th, a spacecraft that has been orbiting Earth for over 50 years is going to hit Earth. This is insane. A spacecraft called Cosmos 482 was launched in 1972. It was meant to travel to the planet Venus to explore its incredibly hot and toxic and acidic atmosphere and surface. But instead, things went wrong and it broke up into pieces in orbit around Earth, where some of it has been for the last 53 years. And now a chunk is falling to Earth, and astronomers believe it's the chunk that was supposed to land on Venus. And that's the problem, because normally when satellites and stuff come back to Earth, they burn up and disintegrate when they re-enter Earth's atmosphere. But this was meant to go to a planet, a crazy planet, Venus. So it has a heat shield, and it's meant to withstand up to 300 Gs of acceleration. So there's a really good chance it does make it to a planet's surface, just the wrong planet. It's probably going to hit Earth. It's not super big. It's only about 1,000 pounds and about 3 feet in diameter, but it will be traveling incredibly fast because it will basically be falling from outer space. This is what the orbital path is looking like, so there's a good chance it'll land somewhere along this line, and a lot of it's over the ocean, and it could land somewhere else. Or maybe it's been in space for so long and traveled through so much radiation that its heat shield sucks now and it doesn't hit the surface. But it would not hurt to keep an eye out.
Yep. So, yeah, we got a little 3 foot by 3 foot little satellite thing that's going to be space probe.
What day?
April 7th through the 13th.
All right, man. So I gotta hide in my basement for 5 days. So
That's next year.
No,
because
this year.
It's May.
Wait, what day?
May.
That's May 6th.
Okay.
Today,
Yeah,
no, it's the 3rd. Today's the 3rd.
Today's fucking May the 4th be with you.
Yeah,
That's the 4th. I told you guys it's the 4th.
I don't know where I am right now.
Who am I?
All right.
Oh, nice. I'm the funny ones now. I got my 2 funny ones here.
Yay.
Or actually just 1 funny one for now.
Benny brought some funny ones. Woo! Right, boy.
Yeah.
The Benny's Comedy.
Okay, cool. You guys familiar with this guy, Tim Robinson? He's got a Netflix show.
To be honest, is he British?
No, he's not British. He's got a Netflix show. He's got a weird sense of humor, but
I've seen one of his clips, dude. It's pretty funny. It was
He's a goofy
him
weird.
sitting at a restaurant, right? And something about the door.
Yeah. He pulls it up. He says a push is not a pull, and then he just rips it up. He's a weirdo, but this is a good one.
Hey, just before we play that, to all who just catching this episode for the first time, we play funny links for you at the end, so that after stressing you out with all this crazy shit and you're looking like you want to hide in your basement, let's let you laugh a little.
Yeah, we got to lighten it up.
Fun at the end. Have a little fun at the end.
Absolutely.
You know? Let's bro.
Dog doors can be a problem. Your dog can get out, but other things can get in. The Darmine Doggy Door brings you the newest high-tech doggy door from Darmine Devices. These doors are fully automatic and activated by a digital chip in your dog's collar. You're not going to get varmint, you're not going to get intruders, and you're definitely not going to get this thing. I saw that thing. That thing came in here when I was on the couch. It's a pig! What the fuck? What the fuck? My next door neighbor had put a Richard Nixon mask on a pig and had it go through my doggy door because we've been arguing over a property line. Get it off of my bushes! He was trying to call me a liar and a thief like Nixon and a pig. You're a pig! But I didn't know what the fuck was happening because I've barely been sleeping since my wife got flipped upside down by a swing dancer at a wedding. He must have flipped my wife 8 times! It really bothered me. When you can't sleep and you see that thing, you're not just like right away, that's a pig with a mask. You're like, that's gonna kill me. That's real. That lives with us on Earth. I thought I was gonna get eaten. I'm not a stupid fucking idiot. I know it was just a pig, but for 50 seconds it felt really real. And when you think you're gonna get eaten and your first thought is, great, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. You're relieved you don't have to go to work because you thought you're gonna get eaten? What the fuck is this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us? That was the most consequential day of my life because now I don't like my work.
Okay. That's Tim Robinson. Yeah.
Dude, what a video. That was a commercial.
Right?
Yes.
I got a line with them though, man. Like, there's been times where I've had to go to the ER for some wild shit, and honestly, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, hope this fucking is serious, and I'll probably get the call tomorrow.
Yes.
Dude, he's like, I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh man.
All right, you ready? First one, So first one is real short. Police officer approaches the dude and corrects his grammar. Pretty funny. Let's roll.
Sir, how high are you? No, officer, you're wrong. It's high. How are you?
All right, that was awesome. All right. And this one is
oh, nice.
one of those little mashups. It's from Joe Rogan. He had Terrence Howard and Neil deGrasse Tyson separate times, but somebody mashed it up and making like they're talking shit to each other. I don't know. It's pretty good. I think these are kind of funny, and I like both those guys. You know, so like, it's just they made it look like a battle. Good.
I didn't come into this world the way everybody else does. My first memory was inside my mother's womb.
Okay. Sorry. You talk among yourselves. What?
So you believe that the sun is the origin of these planets?
Of all the planets. Every star
solar system
within its solar system gives birth.
And how does the sun give birth to these planets?
The same way we defecate and have gas, like.
Okay.
What I would love to do is invite Neil deGrasse to have the debate.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Big Bang. Ooh, the birth of space-time energy. And everything we know and love about this universe occurred 14 billion years ago, and we have no idea what happened before it. And we're still expanding, as we will forever.
It doesn't exist.
I hesitate to ask what pages on the internet you hang out on, because the Big Bang's not going to go away. All the data support this.
Because their math has been
We didn't
off.
pull that out of our ass. That came out of the equations.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. You don't know how the universe truly works. I know how everything works. I know all the knowledge.
It's completely in your head. If it's only true within your head, it's not useful.
We've been living in this lie, this fostered lie for so long. There's no death. Everything's eternal. Everything is just one great being. We're all God.
So in a way, we're kind of biting into ourselves.
If this truth cost me this lifetime, then wonderful, I've accomplished what I needed to do.
Interesting. Good luck with that.
That's amazing. Man, I thought it was funny. All right, and the last one here is we're gonna call it cat. We're gonna call this last one cat collar. Wait, we're gonna call this last one cat collar ID. I thought this was funny.
Oh shit! I've seen this one actually.
I mean, I don't know what side everybody's on, and I respect y'all. You know, everybody has got their thing, but some things are a little bit ridiculous, just a little too far. I mean, come on, man. Turn off the acting switch for a second when you're speaking to an officer. You know, I mean, I'm just saying. But dude, this guy kind of he tells them what's up. It's good. All right. Okay.
So you do currently have a California driver's license, you just don't have a physical copy on you at the moment?
That's my preferred method of identification.
And this is?
It's a cat collar. I'm currently identifying as a cat.
Fair enough. The information here in the tag, I'm assuming belongs to you, the boyfriend?
Yeah.
That's so rude. I hope you know I'm recording.
Well, it wasn't my intention to offend you, but he just identified as a cat, and you're wearing a Harriet's Waltz t-shirt, so forgive me if I came to a conclusion that you guys are involved in some sort of a homosexual arrangement.
I'm not mad that you think we're together, but you're using gendered language. Besides, I'm not his boyfriend, I'm his owner.
Okay. Well, look, we can do this the hard way if you'd like. I can have this car towed, because last I checked, a cat is not licensed to operate a motor vehicle in the state of California. We can have animal control come get you, take you to a shelter where your owner can retrieve you for a fee of $70 after you're given the necessary immunizations, which do include a rabies shot, possibly even spayed or neuter, whichever you prefer or identify with. Is that what you guys want to do here?
No, I don't have $70.
Sir, I can also request that a mental health care professional come down here on scene and do an evaluation of you because you're considering letting him take a rabies shot rather than just give me an ID, use some manners so I can give you your ticket and move along.
I mean, come on.
Dude, I don't know. I don't have $70.
I mean, if you want to act like you want to play the part. Yeah.
That shit's funny as fuck.
You know, go all out, man. Don't fake the funk, dude. Do it.
Yeah. Dude, I brought y'all a banger here.
All right. Ooh,
all right.
What do we got?
At least I think it's a banger. I laughed my ass off.
I've been thinking a lot here lately, and I honestly think we should start using the back door.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like the most, I don't know, the best way to do it.
How is that the best way? What do you mean?
It definitely is the best way. It's
You
just
don't
more
like the
convenient.
front door?
I'm fine with it, but
It's fine.
it's more convenient.
How?
The back door's wider.
I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what you want.
It's more of an open area. Like, I just think that, honestly, I think we should start using it every time. I think we should stop going through the front.
Really?
Completely.
Maybe we should just not use the door at all.
We have to get out of the house.
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, you did not.
No way.
You didn't. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think.
we can use the back door.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out now.
Sounds good. Sounds
Absolutely. You tricked her right into that. Genius. I got this last one. I just thought this guy is like I got another one of him buried somewhere, but this is what I just saw the other day. This guy's fucking funny. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious.
Motherfucking friends hate your bitches. And they're right. This ain't talking shit, no, that's just the facts.
Go ahead and shot fucking
That's a banger, dude. That's a banger for sure.
I got a list of people I need to send this to.
Everybody hates your picture.
Yes. That one was captioned to all my haters, huh?
Yeah, that's what I captioned it in the link. To all my haters.
You know what's funny and this reminded me of? Have you guys ever seen like that video that Post Malone made before he became famous?
No.
Wait, maybe. Well, refresh my memory.
He's got like the short cut off shorts. He's got like the windbreaker.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's unreal.
It's like
I've never
it's
seen
like techno love music. Like it's like weird ass shit. All right, well that concludes episode 21 here of Conversation Unknown. We will have all the links in the description of all the videos we reviewed. You can find us on, of course, YouTube, Rumble. We're on Threads, Instagram, and are we on Facebook yet?
We are not
Working
currently
on
on
getting
Facebook, but we
page
will get
going.
a fan page.
But
up
you can
soon.
also find us on X. Please give us a follow. We always update the episodes, let you know when a new one's dropped, and
tell your friends, tell everybody you know, share.
As a parting to this particular episode, I just want to say, may the 4th be with you.
Yeah, may the 4th be with you. Yeah, buddy.
Works.
All right, later, guys.
Yeah, I got nothing to say, but we love y'all. Thank you. Thanks for all the support. Like I said before, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up with the weather warming up, field trips. We got more studio gear, guests. We're just gonna keep bringing it, and we hope you guys love it. And if you interact a little bit more, drop some comments.
Leave some comments. Hit the like. Share with your friends. Tell everybody. We're over 100 now. We anticipate we'll hit over 1,000, and we're just gonna keep going, man. We have fun with this. It's not even about the numbers, but it's just about making sure you guys are having fun while you're watching it.
We're doing
We're
this for
enjoying the
you
crap out
guys.
of it while we're doing it. So
It's all for you.
yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Let us know what you think. But until the next time, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Conversation Unknown.